Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I was going through the comment section of a video that I did. And one of us here literally wrote a very long video, and I really appreciate for such kind of a person because it took his time to understand my video and then gave his comment. Despite that, he called me a novice in political matters in the country. I also liked his insights, his point of opinion that he was giving as far as the Kenya's politics is concerned. The point that he gave on this video is this: that first, Kenya is tribal. When it comes to our politics, it is tribal. Also, he said that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto combined, that combination is unshakable come 2027. And therefore, Gashagua's team that he had assembled was no threat to the team of Raila and William Ruto. Today, from what this gentleman gave on the comment section, I'm going to do an extensive analysis on why I feel strongly that William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga's team cannot be the Pentagon we had back in 2007. Because he suggested in the video that it is going to be a Pentagon repeat come 2027. So, before I take it through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Now, we have to agree that in 2007, there were issues towards the elections, and it's alleged that Raila Amolo Odinga won the elections. It's also alleged that it's because of the Pentagon that he had created. The Pentagon members had 7 people, where we had, is it 7 or 5? Let me see in the comment section, guys. Where he had someone from the coast, Nyanza, Rift Valley, he had someone from Central, and he had someone from, I think, all other parts of the Republic of Kenya, including Western Kenya. The Pentagon members included Musalia Mudavadi, I think William Ruto was present, or maybe Enrique Osigay. And then we had Raila Amolo Odinga himself, we had Musalia Mudavadi, we had Najib Balala, John Nyaga. Those are just a few I can remember. These people came together and campaigned seriously to an extent that Kibaki was defeated, according to them. However, Raila did not become the president. Now, it's alleged that the same Pentagon is together. As we see right now, Musalia Mudavadi, Raila Amolo Odinga, William Ruto. From the coast now they have, instead of Najib, they have Ali Hassan Joho. From the Rift Valley now they have William Ruto. When you go to Western still, it is maintained. And they feel strongly that from Central Kenya, they'll get some leaders, maybe Uhuru Kenyatta. So the Pentagon will be maintained and they'll be able to win. I completely disagree with this gentleman who said that the Pentagon is going to repeat and win the 2027 general election. On this basis, number one, right now, the other time the Pentagon was against the incumbent, and this time around the incumbent is with the Pentagon. The incumbent, that's President William Ruto, is with the Pentagon, according to the Raila supporters. So, the plan will be the Pentagon against the public. That won't work. The public is complaining seriously about President William Ruto's regime, which has shown so many things that are wrong, like abductions, killings, high cost of living, and ignorance, and even embezzlement and corruption of Kenyan funds. So the government is fighting against people who do not want such kind of leadership. So the Pentagon is not going to, it's aimed at bringing people together in support of William Ruto, not in removal of William Ruto. So therefore, getting the Pentagon once again come 2027 to have the same energy to fight the common mwananchi, it's completely impossible. Because the common mwananchi must accept what William Ruto is doing for them to be together. Who is the enemy of Kenyans right now? It is William Ruto. It's not the opposition. It's not the alternative. It is William Ruto. So how is the Pentagon going to form a team and who against who? It is right now Kenyans against that alleged to be the Pentagon. Because if you bring on President William Ruto in the Pentagon, then that means the entire Pentagon is an enemy of the people. Another reason I feel here strongly is this. Raila Amolo Odinga betrayed Kenyans. on 25th June 2024, Kenyans really campaigned against poor governance. Raila Amolo Odinga, instead of standing with Kenyans, he went to support President William Ruto, and he took advantage of the Gen Zs that passed on who were shot, actually killed by the government. And Raila Amolo Odinga decided to benefit from that by getting some of his men into government, creating positions through the blood of the Gen Zs. This kind of betrayal shows very well that Raila Amolo Odinga no longer has the favor of the people. So in a nutshell, there is no way he can actually amass or maybe come up with a team that is in the name of Pentagon to face the common manage. It cannot work. First, I've said a Pentagon cannot be a Pentagon against the common manage. That is a wrong move. They will fail terribly. Second, a Pentagon cannot be led by a person who betrayed the common manage. It cannot work. Raila Amolo Odinga is not the same anymore. He has failed the AU. He has failed so many elections where Kenyans have rejected him. And most importantly, when Kenyans now needed him at least to be a statesman, he betrayed them. So you cannot expect Raila Amolo Odinga to assemble the same team like that's one of 2007 to come and challenge who? Kenyans. It cannot work. Another thing we have to talk about here is the generational change that has occurred in this country. The youths we had in 2007 are not the same we have right now. Most of the youths in the country were educated by Moi Kibaki. That's the millennials and the Gen Zs. These people know their rights. They understand what is happening. They know what the leaders are doing, and they know who is who. These are not people who can simply be obedient to kingpins. No. These are people who will literally follow what they think is right. And therefore, the Pentagon being brought together from tribal perspective to come and convince the youth support President William Ruto, it cannot work because the problems we're experiencing are assumed to be brought by President William Ruto. Also, another thing I'll talk about here, it's the issue to do with what we call tribal moves that people expect in 2027 to take effect. As we speak today, this gentleman on my comment section was arguing that people are going to vote tribally. And that's how Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto are going to win. Let me remind him one simple thing and in simple words. Raila Amolo Odinga, as we speak today, he was voted by almost 1.5 million Kikuyus from, or maybe Mount Kenya people. 1.5, almost. As if that is not enough, William Ruto became the president courtesy of the Kikuyu votes. Is William Ruto a Kikuyu? Is Raila Amolo Odinga Kikuyu? What did these people want from William Ruto that made them vote for him? Remember Uhuru Kenyatta, their kingpin, directed them to vote in another direction, but they refused. So when you tell us today that tribal kingpins are going to be effective come 2027, if it will be effective to just some small percentage, because Kenyans are changing their voting patterns. The way, the reasons they go to the ballot are completely different. As we speak today, even the Rift Valley people are crying. Do you expect the same Rift Valley person to go and vote in the same perspective that this is our man? No. The pay slips of the people of the Kalenjin region are as well suffering. They are all mutilated. So therefore, when they are going to vote, they want to rescue their pay slip. So they look at on the ballot who is there. Lastly, as we speak today, there are some Kenyans who are determined for better leadership. People want to see some leadership of hope. So when they are going to vote, they literally look at who is on the ballot that's going to bring some leadership of hope. Is it William Ruto? Is it Matiang'i? Is it Murara? Is it Maraga? Or it's the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua? So in a nutshell, I completely concur with those who are saying that you're going to vote for change. But I disagree with those who are supporting the aspect that the Pentagon and the tribal kingpins that are with Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto right now are going to determine the voting patterns come 2027, I mean. That's my take. I don't know what is yours. Let me see in the comment section what you think.